8 tips for the perfect epoxy mix. 1. Pay attention to the mixing ratio. Always pay attention to the mix ratio when mixing the epoxy, and stick to the manufacturer's recommended mix ratio. If you don't follow the correct proportions when mixing your epoxy, it will not cure properly. 2. Keep the equipment clean. It is important to make sure that the tools and equipment you use while mixing the epoxy are dry and clean. This will help avoid any problems with the mixture. 3. Don't forget to take the tare. When using a precision balance to measure, it is important to tare the mixing bowl before pouring. Taring means you need to zero the weight of the container or object you are using for the measurement. 4. Pour part B first, then part A. When mixing epoxy, the sequence to be followed should be the hardener first, then the resin. This will allow the mixture to mix properly. Pay attention to the lid colors. When mixing the epoxy resin with the hardener, be sure to cap the bottles correctly. The caps of the epoxy resin are white, the caps of the hardener are black. If you close it incorrectly, you may not be able to open it again due to the reaction that may occur on the lid. 5. Mix at the right speed. Mixing the epoxy at 100 revolutions per second is important for several reasons. First, it will help remove bubbles from the mixture. The latter will help ensure that the mixture is well mixed. Third, it will help avoid wasting time. 6. Make sure you mix it homogeneously. As the epoxy mixes, it first turns cloudy. Continue mixing until the turbidity disappears and becomes completely clear. 7. Scrape the edge. It is important to make sure that the edges of the mixing bowl are thoroughly mixed. Scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure there are no tangles left. Before you start pouring, make sure you get a completely homogeneous mixture. 8. Use a torch. When the epoxy is poured, bubbles may form on its surface. You can use a lighter or torch to remove these bubbles from the epoxy surface before the epoxy cures. When using a lighter or torch, be careful not to hold it in the same spot for a long time. For more, please visit resininresin.com.